Good morning, students. How are you all? I hope everyone is fit and fine at their house. Let's begin with our EVS class. This is Sandhya Jadhav, your EVS teacher. Students, we are on lesson number 2. Name of the lesson is Motions of the Earth. In the last class, we have seen rotation of the earth, revolution of the earth, how the day and night occurs, how the seasons are occur. Now, let's continue. Students, today we are going to see the phases of the moon. As everyone knows, the moon revolves around the earth and the earth revolves around the sun. However, these two orbits intersect. Now, what do you mean by orbit? Orbit means the path that the earth and the moon take to travel. It means the path that moon takes to travel around the earth is moon orbit, and the path that earth takes to travel around the sun is known as earth orbit. Okay, but students, these two orbits, earth orbits and moon orbits, they intersect with each other. Hence, the sun, the moon and the earth are not always along a straight line. We see half of the moon surface which faces the earth. That is, from the earth we see only one side of the moon. Now, as you know, the moon has no lights of its own. We can see the moon because of the sun's light that falls on it. Okay, student, because of the sun, the moon is getting the light, and the moon is a satellite, so it doesn't have its own. On a full moon night, we see the entire side of the moon that faces the earth, and on a new moon night, we cannot see any one of it. Now see here, from the full moon, from the full moon to the new moon, the illuminated part of the moon. Now, what do you mean by illuminated? Illuminated means lighted part of the moon. Okay, so from the full moon to the new moon, the lighted part or the illuminated part of the moon seen from the earth becomes smaller and smaller, and from the new moon to the full moon it again grows bigger and bigger. So these different shapes of the moon that we see are called the phases of the moon. Okay, student, understood the meaning of the phases of the moon? Okay, now we'll see the term waxing and waning moon. See here, it takes 14 or 15 days for new moon to full moon. This is the fortnight of the waxing moon. Fortnight means the time of 14 or 15 days. Okay, so what is the waxing moon? Waxing moon means when it takes 14 or 15 days from new moon to full moon. Okay, now after the full moon, the moon appears smaller and smaller, and after 14 to 15 days, it is new moon again. So, this period is the fortnight of the waning moon. Okay, and fortnight means the period of 14 to 15 days. Now, next concept is the lunar month and days. Days means tithi. Thus, the period from one new moon to the next is of 28 to 30 days, as we seen. Okay, it is called the lunar month. The period from one new moon to the next is of 28 to 30 days. It is known as the lunar month. So every day of the lunar month is called Tithi. Okay. Every day of the lunar month is called Tithi. Understood, students? So we'll revise this again. See here. The new moon to the full moon, it takes 15 days. That is the fortnight. So we call it as the waxing moon. It can be known as Shukla Paksha. Then from the full moon to the new moon, it again takes 15 days. We call it as the waning moon, means Krishna Paksha. So the fortnight of the waxing moon and the fortnight of the waning moon is the period of 28 to 30 days. So it is known as the lunar month, and every day of the lunar month is known as the Tithi. Okay, students. So what we have done today? We have learned the phases of the moon. We have learned that the moon does not have its own light because it is a satellite. So moon is getting the light from the sun. So that is why we are able to see the moon. Then we have seen the waxing moon, which is known as the Shukla Paksha. Waning moon means Krishna Paksha, and the lunar month. Lunar month means the fortnight of the waxing moon and the waning moon. Then we have learned the term Tithi. Tithi means every day of a lunar month is known as Tithi. Okay, students? Completed with our chapter number 2, Motions of the Earth. In this chapter, we have learned rotation of the earth, revolution of the earth, the sunrise and sunset, how day and night occurs, how the seasons occurs, and then phases of the moon, waxing moon, waning moon, lunar month and Tithi. This is all about the lesson number 2. I hope everyone understood this lesson very well. Now, after watching this video, you have to solve the assignment and complete your notebook. Thank you, students. Thank you so much for listening. Take care and be safe.